Gabriela, she lost a lot of her concentration, and she dropped that second set. But now she seems in much more command of the third set. Everybody calmed down, and so did she. So she now leads 4-1, 15-love, third and final set. She's the 14th seed. This would be a big upset, and Gabriela would be facing Chris Evert-Lloyd, the second seed, in the semifinals.
Oh, overhit that one. Gabriela is 15 years old. No question, the darling of the French Open, Mary. And her home is Buenos Aires, Argentina.
That's where she's from, by the way, Al, but she actually has been living in Miami these last couple of years. And there are a bunch of very, very fine South American players all living in Miami and training under Patricio Ape, who has really brought Gabriela along.
While her nickname is Gabby, Mary, she's not really a chatterbox in English, is she?
No, she's not. She does not live up to that moniker at all. She's a very shy girl. She doesn't have much of a command of the English language at all. And she's quite shy by nature anyway. So it's not often that we can really understand what she's saying out there. And very often, Patricio Ape must do all of the translating for Gabriela. But you don't have to translate her tennis. Patricio Ape, right in the center of your screen. He saw Gabriela playing in South America a few years ago. He was not coaching her at all at that time, and he was so enchanted by her game that he sent her flowers, just as a friend.
Well, you think these fans have cheered enough today? First in that McEnroe match, which was an incredible event. Then the Wielander one with LeConte, and now this. And of course there was the Terry Phelps-Chris Evert-Lloyd match, which began play at center court early this morning. And now here's Manuela Maleeva. Manuela is 18 years old, from Sofia, Bulgaria, and she is currently ranked 4th in the world.
She's already played the French Open 4 times, Al, going one round further every time she's played. Last year she lost in the round of 16 to Chris Evert-Lloyd.
Mary, she's really emerged now as a legitimate challenger, many people feel.
Well, particularly on clay court, she has a very strong clay court record. In 1984, she won the Swiss Open, which is on clay, the German Open, defeating Chris Evert-Lloyd in the finals, and the U.S. clay courts in Indianapolis. So she knows her way around these courts. That being said, Gabriela is up 40-30 at 4-1 in the third and final set. These two have played one another twice. First time Gabriela won a few weeks later, which was only 2 weeks ago at the Swiss Open. It was Maleeva in 3 sets, but Sabatini with that smash now leads 5-1. Just 1 game away from a semifinal encounter against Chris Evert-Lloyd, who has nothing but good things to say about this young 15-year-old. Chris played Gabriela a few weeks ago at the WTA Championships in Amelia Island. Al, she hit a shot that Chris said, a shot between her legs. She had absolutely nothing to work with. It sailed over Chris's head for a winner, and Chris said, listen, I've seen Nastase hit shots. I've seen McEnroe, Navratilova. I've never seen a shot that incredible. But those are the kind of things that Gabriela can do on this court.
Well, Gabriela has already beaten Maleeva. As you said, Hilton Head was a great place for her. Garrison, Shriver.
Sabatini also won the French Junior Championships here last year. So the French have seen her play before, or at least some of them have. As a matter of fact, oddly enough, she beat Manuela's younger sister, Katerina, in the finals of that event.
It's 15-love at 5-1 in the third.
It's on the line. 30-love.
Mary, she plays with so much spirit. It's really easy to see how a crowd could really align themselves with her. I mean, it seems her entire body and every bit of talent she has goes into every single stroke.
So true, Alan. She's just full of joy. She loves the game. She loves the running part of it. She loves the hitting part of it. She makes her opponent seem rather melancholy by comparison. There's joy in this girl's game.
30-love.
So much work on her topspin balls. A player might think that they're set up for the shot, and yet with all the work, their racket is just not in a good position. Often they have to run much further than they think they have to. Look at that. The fans are behind her. And after a shot like that, how can you blame them?
Looked pretty comfortable at the net, too.
Match point for the 14th seed, Gabriela Sabatini. One more thing about her, Al. She gets extra points for her name. Hasn't been a name like that since Fiorella Bonicelli. Still match point. And a wild one. 40-30. Very long match point. Both players staying well beyond the baseline. A nice open for Gabriela right here. She's got it.
Well, Mary, Gabriela Sabatini will now challenge Chris Evert-Lloyd. What about a quick thought on that?
Well, what Chris said after she played Gabriela for the first time just a few weeks ago, Chris said, unless you just come in on every point like Martina or Hana, Gabriela keeps you 10 feet behind the baseline on every shot. She says it's a very demanding match to play physically, and the kid is so talented that she's a scary foe.
All right, the 17th player in the world has eliminated the 4th. Sabatini is growing up in this tennis world and growing up quickly. Next stop for her, the semifinals of the 1985 French Open. Our long day on USA is over, but we invite you to stay with us tomorrow for